Shall we begin? Hi YouTube! I'm doing my votes for the Game of the Year nominees, which happens, I think, December 11th. Maybe someone can correct me on that. But they just came out a few minutes ago. So I'm going to share my opinion on all the games and why I'm going to vote for what I'm going to vote for. Maybe I'll do a personal vote and then critically I'll say what I think is going to win. Yada, 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 just like every year that we did the Game Awards. Yeah! Alright, the 7th. Sorry, the 7th. It's on the 7th. All right, game. I hate how it starts off strong. So my personal game of the year of these games, well, you know, it's RE4. But I think I didn't get to play Wonder and I didn't get to play Spider-Man 2. Alan Wake 2 is one of the best psychological horror games ever made. Without a doubt, no question. It is definitely not for everyone. The gameplay is a little lackluster, but everything else in the whole game besides the gameplay is god tier, like masterclass in what they were trying to do. Mario Wonder looks really fun. Tears of the Kingdom was awesome. I didn't actually end up beating Tears of the Kingdom only because I spent so long getting lost in other parts of the game that I just didn't get to finish it. And but that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It's just I'm a streamer. I can't get too caught up on something that plummets the viewer count, you know? A lot of streamers didn't get to finish Tears of the Kingdom. And Resident Evil 4, you know, I ran this for so long. We did the tournament, all the speed runs, all the challenge runs. I absolutely loved Resident Evil 4. I think Baldur's Gate's gonna win this easily though. It's between Baldur's Gate and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. No other game has an even inch of a chance. And honestly, I don't think any game can even touch Baldur's Gate 3 because this is a game similar to Elden Ring that it just had such an impact on the gaming community as a whole and gaming culture as a whole that none of these games even stand up to it. Like, it's like Baldur's Gate 3 is, I didn't even play the game, but I'm on social media, all forums. I'm on Twitch every single day. I'm on YouTube. Baldur's Gate 3 had caused insane waves to the gaming community. And it's things like that that decide Game of the Year. It's not things like, oh, the critics love this and the critics this and this. It's so biased, it's rigged. It's not that at all. It's why Elden Ring won. And it's going to be why Baldur's Gate 3 wins. Because the massive impact it has on the community. You look at YouTube shorts, you look at TikTok, you look at Twitch. Most of these games died within like a month. We don't know about Spider-Man 2 yet, Mario Bros. Wonder, but we do. Spider-Man 2 is the kind of game that's dead in a month in terms of content creation. Same with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It'll last a while probably because it's Nintendo. But Baldur's Gate 3, you're gonna be seeing clips from that shit for the next year. Anyway, I'm voting RE4 because it's my game of the year. All right, next category. Yeah, baby, yeah. Speezix. Alrighty, best game direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So as much as I want to say Baldur's Gate 3 for everything, even though I didn't play it, like I said, I actually think Alan Wake 2 might have this one in the bag. I think that for game direction, Alan Wake 2 is incredible. Because like I said earlier about Alan Wake 2, this has nothing to do with gameplay, game direction. And for that, I think Alan Wake 2 is going to win. But just keep in mind, for my votes, and what I think is going to win, and also what I vote for, Baldur's Gate 3 could sweep. So, all right then. Yeah, baby! Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. So I heard it was really good in Spider-Man and Cyberpunk. I played Final Fantasy 16. I loved Final Fantasy 16. I thought it was awesome. It has its problems for sure. But for best narrative, storytelling, and development, it's probably Baldur's Gate 3. So I'll just give it the vote it deserves. Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Honestly, well, in terms of like graphics, and like lighting for one thing. Alan Wake 2 dominates. Yeah, see, the thing that's funny is like art direction, and this is the only game that actually stands out among these. No, art direction is not graphics. It's art direction. But Alan Wake 2 does have really good art direction. I didn't play Hi-Fi Rush, and I watched enough of Mario to like make a an educated guess. Hi-Fi Rush definitely deserves awards in many categories. I didn't play it, but I've heard nothing but amazing things. So I remember when we first watched Hi-Fi Rush drop online, it was like a shadow drop. Like it was announced and then it was available. And it was from Shinji Mikami, right? But anyway, I think like there was some hearsay about like, oh, Shinji Mikami's gonna be there, maybe he's working for another horror game, and then he just announces Hi-Fi Rush and everyone's just like, was it not Mikami? What was it? I was almost positive Mikami's company made this. Oh, it's his, okay, well, it's his studio. All right, well, stupid chat! Anyway, Hi-Fi Rush deserves to win a lot, but I didn't play it. I'm gonna vote Alan Wake 2. But I think Hi-Fi Rush could definitely win. Best score and music. Alan Wake 2, no. Final Fantasy 16, actual god tier soundtrack. Honestly, haven't heard much of the soundtrack for this. Heard some of the soundtrack for that. Tears of the Kingdom, there's some good music, but no, absolutely no way in hell this wins against these. Well, I think Alan Wake 2's... Well, actually, you know what? Now that I really think about it, Alan Wake 2 does have really good music, but it's not really good all the time. Just there's musical sections that are great. But Final Fantasy 16, I've listened to the Final Fantasy 16 soundtrack so much this year, like Titan Phase 3, Titan Phase 1. God, most of the songs, like all the boss music, some of the overworld music, just amazing score music in Final Fantasy. And not only is it listable music, see, and this is how I think about this category. Like, just one example. In 16, I'm spoiling the game. I'm spoiling a little bit, a boss fight. In 16, like when you get to phase 3 of Titan and you punch down the top of his like stone head and you get down into that cavern and then he reappears and it's like duh, 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 and it starts like the god tier choir starts. That is how you do a fucking script. That is how you implement music into a video game. Just like when we beat RE2 original and compare it to RE2 remake, when the music lines up so perfectly with the train arriving, Leon jumping on, like music being paired with a video game and sounding great is one thing, but being paired with a video game, sounding great, and going super well with the actions that are happening on the screen makes it so much more memorable than anything else you could possibly do in that category. Anyway, Final Fantasy 16 fucking decimated in that category. Best audio design. Ooh, this one's tough. Yeah, Dead Space. I think this is between Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. Yeah, we're done with spoilers. Audio design. I'm just trying to think of my experiences with both games. It's got to be Dead Space. I mean, if you really think about going from the start of the game to the end, all the different rooms that have like the thing about Dead Space is there is sound that was designed in every fucking room of the game. Where in RE4, you know, you could go through the whole village and you hear like slightly different atmospheric tracks, and you hear like the villagers in the background and the villagers yelling at you, yada yada yada. All the gun sounds are great in RE4, but with Dead Space, it's like everywhere is different. Everywhere is its own little beast. So honestly, I think Dead Space, when I really put some thought into it, Dead Space, I really think it should win this. Like, oh. Yeah, oh my god, and thinking back, wait, I'm not done here. Okay. Back when Dead Space was in development, they were showing the effort they put in, I forgot about this, to the audio design, and right down to the breaths of Isaac. Like, they spent so long on every little detail. Anyway, yeah, I think Dead Space, easy. All right, so what do we have here? Best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. So we have Ben Starr. Phenomenal job. Ben Starr fucking clapped cheeks in Final Fantasy. Cameron, he did a great job in Star Wars Jedi Order, I think it was called. I played that one. I didn't play Survivor, but I'm sure he did just as good a job. Idris Elba, amazing actor, amazing in everything he does, but I haven't played Cyberpunk. Melanie did a great job in Alan Wake 2, but I don't know her from anything else. Neil Newborn, Baldur's Gate 3. What character did he play? Is it the guy on the front cover with the short gray hair? Because if that's him, then this is hard. Is that him? Is that the guy? Oh, shit. This is tough then. I was gonna say Ben Starr, but Neil Newborn. And who'd Yuri play in Spider-Man? Oh, Peter, okay. Ooh, this is between Neil and Ben Starr, I think. Oh, man. God. You know, even from just the clips I've seen, I like Ben Starr is so fucking cool. Like on Twitter, he is so nice and awesome, and like he responds to fans all the time. Like he's really cool. But oh man, I think I gotta vote Neil. I think that's who's gonna win, and I think he deserves it. I've watched so many clips of his work in Baldur's Gate, and like I don't even play the fucking game, and every time his character is speaking, I'm mesmerized. So, but Ben Starr. Definitely, it's one of those two. Okay, I don't know why I laughed. I just seen Diablo 4. It was like that made me laugh. Not because it's here. Diablo 4 is fine. All right, I don't know why I laughed. Innovation and accessibility. Every time I see this category, you know what I think of? Last of Us 2 fucking killed this category into the ground and buried it. Like, the accessibility in that game was absolutely insane, and I don't think any game has ever compared to it. So when I see these, like, instantly I'm just like, do any of these... What do you guys think? I haven't played these 4 games. Street Fighter, I didn't notice anything accessibility. I didn't look, though. I mean, there's modern controls, but this kind of category is not like modern controls. It's more so like for colorblind, for people with everything, dyslexia, for people that don't have arms, you know, for everything. It's like and for Last of Us 2, for example, you could get an infant child to play and beat Last of Us 2. Well, not a good idea because it's a bit of a mature game, but I digress. Street Fighter 6 is designed for blind people. 6 dynamic audio so blind people could play. Street Fighter 6 is crazy on that regard. Okay, a lot of people on the blind train for Street Fighter. All right, well, that settles that. No one said like any of the other games, hardly. Cool. Games for impact. So, chat, would you like to vote? Tetsuya, okay, sure. I've never heard of any of those games, let alone played them. Best ongoing award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. An MMO being here is quite something. So this one's pretty tough. Final Fantasy 14 definitely like takes the cake on this one a lot of the time. You know, just going by exactly how this is worded, content that evolves the player experience over time. Well, if any game evolved the player experience, I would say it's rags to riches Cyberpunk 2077. That's my vote. Like, you know, I gotta give some respect to Cyberpunk. Like, man, that game had a brutal fucking launch, and to actually come back from that and become the game it was meant to be, really, it's borderline emotional. Best community support. Well, okay. Honestly, Final Fantasy 14, I'm pretty sure wins this every year. Destiny. Well, hey, I don't know. I hear a lot of people still play No Man's Sky. Like, people play it all the time. So, recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity, and game updates and patches. All right, remember the time that the lead dev in Final Fantasy 14 was crying because he had to delay the expansion? I don't even know what year that was, but that has my vote. Haven't played any of these. I know Sea of Stars is the best one of these. So I've watched a lot of Dave the Diver. I haven't seen Dredge, and I've watched a bit of Sea of Stars. Oh wait, no, I know Viewfinder. That's the one where you take the pictures and you walk through them, and you solve puzzles by doing that. Oh yeah. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. This is a tough one. But I'm gonna vote Sea of Stars because maybe I'm crazy. It does seem like a step up with those of those games. Best debut indie game. All right, so this is a bit of a bias vote, but Pizza Tower, God tier soundtrack. It's the only one of these that I've watched for more than... Oh, wow, you guys, all of you guys are like Pizza Tower. Okay, I thought people would be mad at me, but all right, Pizza Tower. It's like a 2D game. It's similar to like, have you ever played Super Mario Land 3 on the Game Boy, like Wario World? It has that kind of gameplay, but take it to the next freaking level. Why bias? Because I didn't play a couple of those games. Best mobile game. Well, the only one I even dabbled in was Monster Hunter. You know, no, I can't. Wait, why is Monster Hunter... Okay, wait, why is Monster Hunter bad? Hello Kitty is actually a good Animal Crossing clone with no pay to win. Look at all these Hello Kitty fans in the chat. This is a Resident Evil chat. Horror games, guys. Brutal shit. You guys should be screaming, skip! Skip! Hello Kitty Giga Chad. Sold. Actually, that looks really cool. I like this picture. It is like, I love Animal Crossing, if you guys don't know. Actually, if you combine my playtime into all Animal Crossing games, now, you know what? People were asking me yesterday, like, what's your playtime on all these games? I never thought about this, but Animal Crossing definitely crosses the 1,000-hour mark, like without even a shadow of a doubt. Because I have like 150 hours in New Horizon. That's my least played one. All right, best VR/AR. Oh. Listen, you can put on a VR headset and look up at Lady Dimitrescu like this. Look at my face. Best action game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. All right, so watched Ghost Runner, watched Hi-Fi Rush, played Remnant 2, played Dead Island 2, played Armored Core. To me, so Hi-Fi Rush can win this. This is out. This is out. It's between Armored Core and Hi-Fi Rush, I think. But focused primarily on combat. The thing about Armored Core, which I don't know enough about Hi-Fi Rush, but I do know that this game has like many different weapons you can use, many different ways to play. In terms of pure action game, and it like I played most of Armored Core, and I really did enjoy the game. I didn't end up finishing it, but when it comes to the things an action game strives to achieve, like DMC with all the combos, one example, Armored Core has so many playstyles that are heavily revolve around action. I think Armored Core is an easy win for that category. Best action adventure. So Zelda, honestly, when it comes to action/adventure, I honestly think RE4, which is what I'm gonna vote for. I think this is between Spider-Man, Zelda, and I think RE4 has a shot at this actually. But speaking of puzzle solving, man, the puzzles in Alan Wake 2 were so fun. Yeah, exactly. That was my first thought too, Rick. Here, the action's better than RE4, and the adventure is better than Zelda. But I had quite the adventure with RE4. I legitimately think RE4 has a chance at this one. I know there's many. God, there are so many Zelda haters. It's fucking hilarious to me. Like people that just legitimately hate Zelda because it's Zelda. It's fucking hilarious. Like, it's okay to admit a god tier game is god tier, but it's not for you. Best RPG. I wonder what's gonna win this one. Oh shit! The one category was Starfield, and I didn't even take the time to talk about it. Wait! Go back. Starfield. Wait, Todd Howard. I hope he's not watching the past broadcast. All right, I'll talk about this for a second. So, like, you know, Baldur's Gate 3, I don't need to say it, do I? Final Fantasy 16, really good RPG. Well, actually, I think one of the worst things in Final Fantasy 16 are the RPG mechanics. I think that's where the game falls a little flat. One thing I said about the game, which isn't too much to ask for in my opinion, but it wasn't in the game. The RPG mechanics are the weakest part of Final Fantasy 16 in my opinion. And what I would have done to improve the RPG mechanics in that game is eventually, I think you should have been able to swap the element of each attack. Like, when you learn Shiva's ice attacks, like when you shoot the ice in a cone in front of you and it pops up and does damage. Like, you should have been able to change it to fire, so you shoot out fire. Like, combine Ifrit's fire with, you know what I'm saying? And combine elements for your certain attacks just to make the game more interesting. But no, it did bare minimum when it comes to RPG mechanics. Like, truly, I think that is where the game was a little lackluster. Great RPG, Liza P. I don't really feel like getting too into it, but I beat the whole game and I absolutely loved it. But great game. Honestly, my favorite Souls game that isn't a Souls game. Sea of Stars, we talked about that, and Starfield. For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, well, that game, Starfield, does not have that, including massively multiplayer experiences. Massively multiplayer experiences. I guess it's just including those, not like literally. Starfield, man. They need a new engine, first off. I talked about Starfield yesterday, but I really enjoyed the game. It's just that, like most people say, 95% of the planets are just barren, boring wastelands. The story's cool, and the guns are cool, and I enjoyed some of the RPG mechanics in the game. But overall, I feel that Starfield was a letdown. Like, when it was first announced, it was marketed as something that was going to change gaming forever. Baldur's Gate 3 potentially did that. Elden Ring potentially did that. Like, in their own ways, they have put huge dents in the gaming industry. Starfield, you can buff that out. Thank you, Harry Warden. Thank you, Ilu Kitas. Thank you, Kdav. And thank you, Mr. Dudley. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Best fighting game: God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Pocket Bravery, Street Fighter 6. I mean, weirdly enough, Mortal Kombat 1 won at the Golden Joystick Awards. I haven't played Mortal Kombat 1. I've watched a lot of it, but like Street Fighter 6 is high fucking quality. This game is, I'm in a tournament for it on Saturday, actually. 10 hours played, so I'm gonna get stomped, but it's a sponsor, so I don't fucking care, bro. But amazing game. Street Fighter feels good to play. Well, in terms of when you're high rank, every game at max level feels like shit. But like for a casual experience, I think they nailed Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter actually feels, as someone that's a noob in traditional fighting games, Street Fighter still felt great to play and relatively easy to like grasp the basics of. And yeah. The only thing I actually hate in this game, and I borderline fucking hate it, is the soundtrack. Like, really quick. Chun-Li's theme, love that. Jerry's theme, love that. But man, Guile's theme got fucking butchered. And I can't get into it, but so many classic songs. Like, this game, forever, Street Fighter has just taken a theme of a character and they have altered it throughout the games, okay? And Street Fighter 6 was the first one where everyone's theme got completely changed. No one's is reminiscent of a previous title. Maybe you hear a couple little notes here and there in the songs that, like, maybe one or two things that takes up like 2 seconds of the particular theme to a character that it takes from older themes. But overall, it's brand new music, and fuck, man, in my opinion, some of it, I'm not saying all of it. Like I said, I love Jury's theme. I love Chun-Li's. I've listened to them in my own spare time because they're great to listen to. But some of them, though, man, Street Fighter 3 did that too. Yeah, I'm sure maybe some of the Street Fighter games did it, but overall, Street Fighter usually is pretty consistent with their music. But man, but everything else, though, in the game, amazing. Best family game. For the best game appropriate for family play. No. Okay, it's between Pikmin 4 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So for family play, I would say Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because they did add that mode that a lot of games need where you're invincible. So you could play with your like 3-year-old give them the Yoshi character. They'll just have fun and they won't be able to die ever. Like, that is ingenious design for being able to include the whole family. Like for example, I can't play any games with my mom plays like Animal Crossing. And if I wanted to play a game with her like on this list, the only one she could possibly fathom would be Mario Bros. Wonder. This, like, Superstars is cool, but it honestly, this feels new and fresh. This feels like they just played Mario for the Wii and they were like, all right, like this game came out like 10 years too late. Pikmin 4, absolutely god tier. And the funny thing is about family games, that Pikmin 4's main weakness is that it is way too easy. But I don't think it's so easy that it's like an accessible family game, because the dog mechanics are like, they're not hard to understand, but thinking from like a child's brain, or, you know, I'm just trying to think of like someone really young or someone that hasn't played video games trying to play all of these. Mario Bros is so easy to get into. Like, my personal favorite's Pikmin, and I'm voting Pikmin, but I think Mario Bros. Wonder is gonna win. This is my first actual personal vote, I think. Maybe second. Best sim strategy. Okay. I haven't played any of those. Oh yeah, baby, let's go! Alright, best sports / racing game. The yuck. EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, or the Crew Motorfest. Let's go, baby. Fuck yeah, dude. F1 is not getting my vote. Hot Wheels? Yo, Bawkbasoup. Thank you, Doubloon. Oh, banger alert. Do. 1 second. Do. Well, it's not fan voted. These things are already decided. This is just for fun, basically. Fan votes would be a horrible idea, because people actually, I'm gonna go through this once we finish voting, but people shit on the Game Awards as if they're rigged. I don't think they're rigged at all. I just think people take it way too personally. I'm not gonna go down this yet because I'll make it a whole topic later, but no. So I think during the awards they say what the community voted for and then they say what wins, or you could check online later. Anyway, I don't know any of these fucking games, but I owe F1 an apology. So I'm gonna redeem myself. Look, guys, look. There, are we cool? F1 fans be cool now? Best multiplayer. Outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op. No, Liza wasn't Liza P on there? All right. Okay. Don't you dare. They know I'm thinking about Diablo 4. Like, God, the thing is, guys, is that, like, when it came out, before they did the first season, it was poppin'. You all know that. It was blown up on Twitch, it was blown up on Twitter, it was blown up on TikTok, everywhere. But the problem is, and here's the confliction, The problem is they fucking dropped the ball after release. Diablo 4 surprisingly, this is not like Blizzard at all, but Diablo 4 surprisingly had a great release. Okay, Diablo 3 had a fucking horrid release, like one of the worst releases known to mankind. Because a lot of people bought the game and didn't realize they needed an internet connection to play it, and then they fucking despised it after that, plus the real money auction house. And then Diablo 4 turned into a great game after that. Or three. Years later, when Reaper of Souls came out, Diablo 3 went from a garbage ass shit game to actually a really good game, but no one gave it a chance because it was too little too late. Diablo 4 is the opposite, where if you asked someone in the first month if Diablo 4 was good, everyone was like, yo, yeah, dude, so good, like I'm loving my time. But then you ask them in the second month and just fucking garbage game, fucking horrible. You all know I'm telling the goddamn truth right now. Anyway, I'm gonna end this really quick. Diablo 4 is taking steps in the right direction. It is not a fantastic game yet, but with the things they announced at BlizzCon, and if they keep listening to the community, they are working in the right direction. But no gem tab on launch, fucking garbage. Lack of storage on launch, fucking garbage. The not being able to keep the legendary abilities in the codex, fucking garbage. And all those things they know were garbage, and their excuse for storage was like, oh, it breaks our code if we have more than 5 storage boxes. Like, what the fuck is that? You're a AAA company. Like, don't release the game if that's the problem. Like, you know people are gonna fucking hate it. Anyway, I'm voting Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe next year, Diablo 4 can get that vote, because it will still be here with its next expansion. Fix the game, though. Make it fun. It's honestly heartbreaking, because I have over 1,000 hours in Diablo 3, and I have a lot of hours in Diablo 2, and Diablo 1. And I want nothing more than to absolutely love Diablo 4 with all my heart. And I did when it first came out. I was one of the first 1,000 people to get max level in hardcore. I'm on that fucking statue at Blizzard headquarters. But you know, yeah, they haven't delivered after the release. Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, Mario Bros. Movie, Twisted Metal. Ooh, oh. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. This is between Mario Bros. Movie and Last of Us. Honestly, I fucking love the Mario Bros. Movie. Like, I was in tears emotionally and hysterically. And when DK comes out and Diddy's in the crowd, DK, like, I was crying, laughing. I rewatched that scene so much. Like, I love that movie. Like, truly. Oh! It's hard to talk about. It's hard for me to talk about Mario Bros. Movie. But I think Last of Us wins this one. Last of Us did something that seemed impossible. And there's been a couple things, but love this topic. So one sec. I need to gather my thoughts. There is over 100 live action video game adaptations that are fucking terrible, and it has one of the worst like stereotypes or stigmas, whatever you want to call it, in like pop culture. It's like, oh, that's a video game movie? Oh, that's gonna suck ass. Like, no one has faith in video game movies anymore. And no, for the really fucking stupid people out there, no, it has nothing to do with the goddamn fact, oh, video games can't be adapted to movies or TV. That is goddamn wrong. That is so wrong. It is insane that people have that take. Because if you have that take, you just can't grasp when you play a game and you watch the show and you can't realize what's wrong. You can't realize where they fell off. Like if you watched Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, you think to yourself, man, well, like, I guess Resident Evil can't be adapted. No, it can be adapted. You just don't mash together 3 fucking video games and fail at adapting the best parts of each of them. Like Last of Us was one of the first and one of the only live action, I'm not talking about animated, one of the only live action adaptations that actually did the game justice. Well, Bonk, it's like Last of Us is basically a movie anyway. It has nothing to do with that. Like Resident Evil 2 Remake is basically a fucking movie as well. Like watch the intro. They try to be as cinematic as possible with that game. When you're walking up to the RPD, everything was planned in a way that it was cinematic. And it does play out very similar to how a movie could play out. But the difference is that Last of Us actually fucking nailed that aspect, and they changed things, and the things they changed worked great for TV and actually made audiences able to connect with the characters a lot more. Now I know there's people out there that hate Last of Us because of the gay episode, but doesn't matter. That was a really good episode, and people will shit on the show just because of that. You people are invalid. It was a great show, and probably the best adaptation. I think it should win this category. TV show can't beat a movie, bro. We'll see about that. All right, most anticipated game. I did check his logs because there was a stupid comment. Most anticipated game. Recognizing an unannounced game that has potential. Okay, so Tekken 8. I'm reading this backwards. Tekken 8, Star Wars Outlaws, Like a Dragon, Hades 2. Oh, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Well, yeah, that's winning that one. Hades 2, I'd say, is in second place, but it's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7. Content Creator of the Year. Well, I know none of these people except for Iron Mouse, so Iron Mouse, you got it. Best esports game. Where's Bawkbasoup? Yeah, fucking stupid list. Best esports game. I've played all of these except Valorant. If fun fact, guys, the first year I was a streamer, all I played was League of Legends. It's the only game I played. I was trying to be the best hacker and player in the world. And we were up there. I was in the top 0.01%. I haven't played League in forever, but I'm voting League because I love League of Legends. I think it's one of the best games ever made. But not as fun as it used to be. But that's a bias. That's a personal opinion. All right, so best esports athlete. Well, where's Faker? There he is. Faker, Ziwu, no clue who that is. Damon, no clue. Hydra, no clue. Ruler, no clue. Imperial, Hal, no clue. Faker. Because Faker, here, okay, wait. Let me get into this category for 1 second. I know no one gives a shit about this one, but when it comes to being the best player, like imagine if this list was like, if there was a speedrunner here and the speed game he was best at had 10 players. Well, it's not hard to beat 9 other people at something. Like, you know, the more people that are trying to compete, the more impressive it is that you're the best. And when it comes to all these games, when it was all said and done, when it was all popping, League had the most players of all of these, easily, I think. Don't quote me on that. And Faker, not 1 year, not 2, like Faker 3+ years was dominating in League of Legends. Dominating in the most competitive video game of all time. And that's crazy. So that's why I vote Faker. Oh, that's crazy, Cloudmark. He's literally in the finals right now. Like Faker, he's a machine. Like the dude's crazy. Best esports team. I haven't heard of. Oh wait, I know Fnatic. Man, this is sort of surreal. As someone that used to watch, like, I used to watch LCS and the Counter-Strike tournaments. Like I used to be so tight-knit into that kind of thing. And now I'm just don't know anything about esports. I really feel, I guess when you don't play the games that much, it's hard to care, but I'll vote Fnatic because I used to really like Fnatic in League. Who was their mid laner? Fnatic's mid laner? XPK, I think his name was. Best esports coach. Let's give it to Remy. Let's give it to Remy. Come on. Look at how sad he looks. Let's give him that vote. Best esports event. Worlds. Oh fuck, I should have voted Evo. Wait, can I change? Ah, there we are. Well, the Worlds is probably gonna win, but Evo was great this year. I actually watched Evo. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Worlds is always phenomenal. Like, Worlds is always, like, fucking crazy. If you've never watched a Worlds Championship, which I'm willing to bet 90% of you in chat haven't, they are crazy. Like, the performances they have, the stage they set up, where they have it, it's nuts. Worlds is gonna win, probably. But I'm voting Evo just for fun. Isn't there one more? Can I check what I voted in the past? That's the last one. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, let me know what you voted for or what you care about in the comments. And thank you everyone for joining me live for this. I always really enjoy looking through the game awards, and I'm really excited for the main event because there's gonna be some huge announcements. Capcom is probably gonna show their new game, and I can't wait to see what that is. Second. Look who's here. Look who busted in without any message. Yo, Superboo. Yeah, I'm pretty sad that Silent Hill Ascension didn't get nominated for anything. Really makes you think that this shit's like definitely rigged. Who's with me? Oh no, the category with Mario and Last of Us? No fucking Silent Hill Ascension. Damn, dude. Out of pocket. All right.